everybody.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Geekin Out. If you are not a geek, then you might want to get that checked.
Or get out.
Yes. Get out! Get out!
Okay, it's been a busy week. It's going to be a busier week.
A lot to cover.
There's a lot of stuff to cover. You go ahead and do your stuff first. I'll try to sit here and actually get my stuff organized.
All right, well, first, let's talk about the box office this weekend. Shazam is number one, second weekend, which it should be because it is the best superhero movie so far, my opinion. Even Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 90%. Hellboy, which came out this weekend, didn't even hit number one. It didn't even hit number two. No, it's in the number 3 spot. Do you know what came in second? A movie called Little, about a girl, or a woman, a businesswoman, that turns into a little girl because she switched places or something like that.
Remember we were talking last week about how Shazam was channeling Big? Yeah. This is the remake of Big.
Yeah,
but it's woke. There you go.
Yeah, Little is literally a remake of Big.
And yes, I just drank an energy drink on YouTube.
Oh, no. But yeah, it came in number 2. And Hellboy, this big, huge movie, did not even succeed that. It came in number 3, but Rotten Tomatoes gave it 15%. 15. And so far, the reviews have been really poorly on the movie. Huge comic book nerds, huge Hellboy nerds, who is fans of the comic book and the first 2 movies, are literally taking a dump on this remake. And so they should, because the movie sucks. Also, Star Wars Episode 9 movie trailer dropped yesterday at Chicago, which looks amazing. Comes out December 15th, I believe. So, get online, check that out. And, of course, Game of Thrones Season 8, the very last season, premieres tonight on HBO. Check that out too.
That's if we can get this thing edited and posted on Sunday.
Well, yeah. It might have already been on. So, future, check it out.
All right. Quick review here. As he was talking about, it's Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, about friggin' time. We finally got to movie 9. This is finally going to shut up about it for a while.
Yes.
Please. Thank you. I just made a few notes on this. 42 years since they made A New Hope, the very first movie, the 4th chapter, the good one. This one's going to star Mark Hamill, whose character is dead. Confirmed. Confirmed. This is going to star Mark Hamill. Luke Skywalker is dead. It's going to star Carrie Fisher. The actress is dead. It's going to star Billy D. Williams. I ain't saying nothing because the beloved who must not be named in the next room. And Ray, Poe, Finn, and Rose, which means the franchise is dead. Directed by J.J. Abrams. So make sure you wear your sunglasses. Also, I don't know if you knew about this. Matt Smith is in this one. I did not know about this. He is going.
Doctor Who.
The long-faced Doctor Who is going to be in episode 9, along with Dominic Monaghan.
Wow! Yeah.
He was Mary in Lord of the Rings and Druggy in Lost. Remember him? Yes. And Kerry Russell from The Americans. Yeah. Okay. So that's that.
Well, look. When it comes to the Star Wars franchise, I'm not like a hardcore fan, but I do love the franchise. Well, let's take out episode 1, 2, and 3, because honestly, I didn't really care much for those. Does. But the originals,
at least the first one.
I can sit there, even though you can definitely pinpoint and pick out everything that Force Awakens is a copy of and all that stuff. But I can literally sit there and watch Force Awakens over and over and over again. There's something about that movie. I guess because I'm alive to actually go to the theaters, watch Force Awakens, which was, I mean, even though I was around for episode 1, 2, and 3, but that had CGI crap and it didn't even compel. I didn't like it at all. But Force Awakens, they brought back all the energy, the magic, like the others had, and I so enjoyed it. And I actually liked Last Jedi too, but everybody's like, on that. But
I'm not saying a thing on this anymore. Okay, I've already taken. Look, I made my jabs at Star Wars. That's it. I'm not saying anything about Star Wars anymore. Star Wars fans, you've gone through this crap now for a generation. Okay, seriously, for 20 years you've gone through this.
And you'll still go through it. Many more.
Hopefully, there's talk right now, the scuttlebutt is Disney's going to put Star Wars back on the shelf as far as the cinematic releases. They're going to focus on developing for Disney Plus, which is the other big story of the week. Finally got details out. This added $1 billion worth to the Disney stock on Friday.
And I was totally wrong on the price.
Disney Plus is going to be the family-friendly package, so to speak. This is going to be like PG-13 and below. Okay, so it's going to have, well, it's going to be a companion to 2 other services to start. ESPN Plus, which is already active, handles sports, and Hulu, which is going to handle the more grown-up stuff. It's going to be $6.99 a month or $69.99 a year and ad-free.
Which I would probably go out and just buy the $69 a year subscription instead.
Here's how Disney's looking at this. Disney is looking at this to replace their entire DVD program. Okay, they pretty much within the next 2 to 3 years, if this takes off like they think it will, the entire library that you've seen built up over the years, where they take stuff from the Disney Vault and release it on DVD or Blu-ray or 4K or Yahoo or whatever, that's all going to go away. It's all going to be strictly 4K on the Disney Plus service. Now, odds are $6.99 a month is probably going to get you like 1 stream in high def. So if you're going to want like 4K or you're going to want 2 streams, you got 4 kids, they all want to watch something different, you're probably going to have to pay extra for that. But still, at a base level, at $6.99 a month or $69.99 a year for an ad-free stream, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Here is an idea of what they're starting with. Okay, some of the original works, they're doing a Sandlot TV series. Yes, that Sandlot, based on the kids of the original kids. So, Jon Favreau is going to be producing a series called Star Wars: The Mandalorian. Now, as far as I know, The Mandalorian is the thing that that Marty McFly drove back and forth back in the 80s. But that's a joke. I know who a Mandalorian is. I just don't care.
Which, by the way, on The Mandalorian, earlier, and we're talking about, again, we might have this on Monday or something like that, but today, Sunday, they had a panel on it, so there might be a Mandalorian trailer that will probably drop sometime today if you want to go and check that out.
The first movie that will premiere on Disney Plus with its streaming will be the Captain Marvel movie. They're going to have every episode of The Simpsons exclusive to Disney Plus. I don't know how that fits on the family-friendly thing, but compared to where we are in 2019 as to where we started in 1989, 30 seasons ago, it's considerably more family-friendly, I guess. 5,000 episodes from the Disney Channel.
That's a lot. And they got a lot of shit.
And that's going to be probably their entire animated repertoire right there.
Which I'm okay with. Definitely.
I have no problem with that. And over 100 Disney movies. Now, in their first year, these won't be available when it opens on November 15th is when Disney Plus is supposed to start. I do believe by the end of 2020, every Star Wars film will be on Disney Plus. Every Pixar film, 7,500 episodes of Disney shows, and over 500 films from the Disney Vault will all be on Disney Plus. Plus more originals coming up. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, starring Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. Those are
Is that their standalone?
That's their buddy show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing a standalone off of characters from the Avengers.
They've got quite a few of these coming, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Loki with Tom Hiddleston.
That I'm interested in seeing how on earth they're going to do that. That would be very interesting. So basically, all you people out there who are huge Loki fans, and trust me, I've met a lot of people out there that finds Loki to be the best character that there ever was for some reason. He's getting his own show. I don't know how this is going to work, but I am intrigued.
There will be a Hawkeye and Kate Bishop series starring Jeremy Renner, who I think is probably the least appreciated out of the entire Avengers crew, and probably the most effective.
Like, they're doing a Black Widow movie, finally, but he's just sitting there like on the sidelines like, huh, okay.
They're also working on a What If animated series. The first episode's already been determined.
It's animated, right?
It's animated. What if Peggy Carter got the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers? That'd be fun.
Now the What If series, just so you guys know, this is just basically fan theories. Like, what if this happened? What if that happened? But none of this is supposed to have anything to do with the cinematic universe.
None of this is canon. It doesn't count. It's imaginary stories. It's hoaxes. It's basically fan fiction for comic book writers.
Like, for instance, what if Deadpool was?
What if Deadpool was straight? That would change things. What if Deadpool was a straight guy? What if he was when I say straight, I mean, what if he was the straight man? Okay, I'll get it out eventually.
Or what if he was?
Or he'll get it out eventually.
Or what if he was part of the X-Men?
What if Wolverine was the wiseacre?
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. Anyway, and most importantly, High School Musical, the musical, the series. No. Yeah. Okay,
Now,
go ahead.
Also, just so you guys know, there was a movie that was already shot, ready to go, called New Mutants, that they turned into a horror movie, but it had to do with, like, it was kind of like X-Men. I don't know. I've never read the comic books, but it was supposed to be about X-Men and the kids in the school and stuff like that. But horror. It's supposed to have been a horror movie. And then all of a sudden it disappeared. Like, it was supposed to be released, I think, last year, and it never happened. And nobody knew what happened with it. Actually had some huge stars in it and everything. Sorry. And anyway, it was released, I think, a week ago that it will not go to theaters, but it will be on Disney's stream.
There's an edit. All right. All right. Speaking of horror movies, which way do you want to go? Do you want to look at Marvel's upcoming feature film list, or do you want to look at Walter Hamada? Do you know who Walter Hamada is?
I'm going to go with Hamada.
You want to know who Walter Hamada is?
I want to
know why?
That just sounds like a name that needs to be preached.
Walter Hamada is the name of the gentleman who's now in charge of DC's extended universe. So he's in charge of DC films. Okay, Jeff Johns used to co-run the position. Now Johns is working with Walter Hamada. Hamada is the guy responsible for the It remake. He's also the one responsible for The Conjuring. So that's how he met. He met, who was it, James Wan? And how he talked him into doing Aquaman was from producing The Conjuring.
Excellent.
So it's Walter Hamada. Hamada used to be in charge of the horror films over at New Line. That's how he did It and Conjuring, a bunch of other things. That's his effort over there. So now he's essentially been promoted to the tentpole films over at DC. So he's working with Jeff Johns on that. Hopefully they'll keep their sense of lighting and some sense of humor.
I have total faith in this because I'm not a huge horror person. I don't like horror movies, but it takes a really good story to scare me. The Conjuring, I got to admit, the first Conjuring movie freaked me out, but yet I can watch that movie 1,000 times and still get creeped out, but love it. It wasn't really a scary movie, but it had creepiness to it, but so much fun. I had so much fun with that movie. I mean, just the way they did that whole thing, awesome job. James Wan did a great job with all the stuff he did, and due to the fact that they teamed up to do an awesome job on Aquaman, if this is what they got, then I am looking forward to seeing everything that they got. So.
Okay, sticking with DC here for just a minute. Here's what's coming up over the next couple of years from DC. I figure we just had Shazam come out. We've got the new Avengers coming out. This is the time to stop and see where we are on the roadmaps for both companies. Okay, so for DC, we've got Shazam out, and 2 weeks in a row it's #1. I mean, it's not breaking box office records, but it wasn't supposed to. This is everybody considered this like on Aquaman level, where it's like a C-list character. Not everybody knows what it was. It's doing just fine. It's like I said, it's already profitable for Warner, although their accounting department will never admit it. But coming up next is The Joker on October the 4th with Joaquin Phoenix. It's in post-production now.
Yeah, the trailer dropped last week, I think. I'm iffy on this. Like, I know the actor's brilliant and everything. It's just, I don't know. This has me kind of worried. Because I always thought that if they was going to do a Joker standalone movie, they was going to have a certain vibe like the movie Seven did. If you've never seen Seven, check it out. It's freaking awesome. But you know how? Have you ever watched Seven?
Once.
Well, that vibe that it had, I can see a Joker movie being just like that. And that's what I was hoping for. This looks a little crazy. It might be good. I don't know. I'll just have to watch it and see.
Coming up in 2020 in February, Birds of Prey currently filming. Somehow this is the one they managed to shoehorn Harley Quinn in.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a big fan of Birds of Prey since the first comic book back in the 90s, mainly because of the triumvirate they had then of the original Batgirl, the second Huntress, and second Black Canary, I think. Don't ask if you don't know. You look it up. But they're currently filming. I don't know how the dynamic's going to go with Harley Quinn. They are determined Harley Quinn is going to be a heroine, darn it. Even though she probably makes a more effective villainess than she does a heroine.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
although Joker probably does heroin. He wouldn't mind. So anyway, go.
Princess Bride shit. But anyway, Harley Quinn, love her. Do love her. But she just never gave off the villain vibe. Like, even in the animated cartoons that introduced her, she just never really gave that villainous thing. It's like she was just there to fill in the jokes that the Joker had.
I'm going to say something, okay? I'm going to cut you off right now. If you have a DC Nation membership, I take that back, DC Universe membership, okay? Go. If you have it. If you don't, you can go ahead and get a free trial. Okay. We don't get paid for recommending anything. Okay. No. We don't make a dime off of it. If you do have the DC Universe app, get a hold of you can actually read comics on that thing using your tablet or your phone or whatever. Read the graphic novel Mad Love by Paul Dini, the creator of the co-creator of the character. That will introduce you to whole new levels of meaning as to what Harley Quinn is actually capable of. Okay? And what kind of character she can be, and what happens when she is written intelligently. Okay? Plus, it's got a heck of a punchline at the end. But anyway, okay. Moving on. We've got quite a bit of. We only do about 30 minutes.
Look at what he has written down.
Okay. Compared to that. Okay, Wonder Woman 84 is in post production already. She's coming out June 5th, 2020. Quick hit.
Loved the first one. Can't wait for the second one. Who knew that? Gal Gadot. Who knew that she was actually going to be a good Wonder Woman? I never thought that, but I was totally wrong. She kicked major butt. Ready for this one. Let's do it.
June 25th, 2021. These are all tentative dates, by the way. The Batman. Can't tell you much more about it, but
except for this. By God, if there's some miracle way that this video reaches to Matt Reeves, right? Is that his name? Matt Reeves, who's doing the Batman movie. You better not screw this up. I will find you, and I will kick your butt. I'm not allowed to cuss that much on here, but do not mess this up. I'm a Batman fan, always will be. Not mess it up. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. On the schedule after that, currently in. Okay.
Cover it up.
After that, pre-production, we're looking at the Suicide Squad coming up in August 2021. They swear up and down on a stack of Bibles. The Flash will be released in 2021, and then Aquaman 2 coming up by December of 2022. They're striking while the iron's hot. So, the Batman, the Suicide Squad, the Flash. I am not excited about this whole tendency about naming the things. Okay, Batman, Flash, okay, Suicide Squad. The Batman is a pretentious jerk. Batman will kick your butt. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
yeah,
I mean,
go ahead.
Suicide Squad I'm looking forward to because you got James Gunn, who went from doing the Guardians of the Galaxy over to DC to do a Suicide Squad movie, and is now going back to Guardians of the Galaxy. But I have hopes for that because James Gunn is good. Flash is the one I'm really worried about because I haven't heard nothing about that except for what they was going to do, and nothing was good came out of that. But I think they scratched all of that, and now I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Now, quick rundown on developmental heck over for DC. Okay, some of this stuff is going to surprise you. Okay, these are all the things that have been languishing so far. Now, Aquaman's been languishing languished for over a decade and a half. Since the turn of the century, at least, they've been trying to get an Aquaman done. And even longer to get Justice League done. Here's the ones that are currently stuck in the ditch at DC right now. Lobo's been sitting in the ditch since 2009. Michael Bay is now attached, but he's working with a reduced budget. So they just slashed the budget on Lobo.
Yes!
Way to go, DC! Yes. Justice League Dark, which is the Magic user version of Justice League, that's been rolling around since 2013. Guillermo del Toro is no longer attached to it, and it's still being rewritten, which means it'll be at least another 5 years before you see anything about that. Cyborg has been on the slate since 2014. It was supposed to come out April, a year from now, basically. That one's on the back burner indefinitely. Black Adam's been on the seen since 2014. That's Dwayne Johnson. So since Dwayne Johnson got attached to it, he's interested in the character. He likes the character.
And it will happen. I think after the huge success of Shazam, it is now going like, okay, let's do this.
Now, the original storyline for the first Shazam movie was supposed to be Shazam and Black Adam. It was supposed to be a Dwayne Johnson vehicle. Okay? He was supposed to be Shazam. He didn't want to be Shazam. He wanted to be Black Adam because he thought he was a neater character. Here's something that's actually put a little hope in my step here. I am an old school comic book fan. Okay? I've been a comic book fan longer than he's been alive.
Yeah.
All right? So, this new script that just leaked out back in February shows Black Adam involved with Hawkman, Stargirl, and Atom Smasher, which indicates this is going to be a Justice Society of America film. This will be JSA.
You know what? I'm all right.
Now,
I'm okay with that.
if you have the DC Universe app, look up the old JSA books. See if you can find the ones that have to do with Hawkman, Dr. Fate, and Black Adam. There was a whole series involved with them and Jay Garrick, the original Flash, that tells how all four characters are interrelated, especially the first three. Dr. Fate, Black Adam, and Hawkman have all been doing this kind of reincarnation jingo over the years, of the millennia. They go way, way back. It's an awesome story if you get to check it out. And if this is what they're doing with it, okay, you got a winner there. Still in developmental, heck. From 2014, the Justice League sequel. Patty Jenkins is somewhat attached. He's saying, I'll talk to you if you're willing to talk to me. Ben Affleck is still Batman in this sequel. But he won't be Batman anywhere else. Just in this sequel is what he's.
I don't know. That to me is up in the air. You know, I don't give a crap about Ben Affleck, even though he did surprisingly did a good job as Batman in Batman vs Superman and Justice League. But Henry Cavill is the one that I want to hear. I like him as Superman. I don't want him to go nowhere.
Okay. You're going to love this. The Man of Steel sequel. They've been booting it around for 5 years now. Henry Cavill is still on board as Superman. Green Lantern Corps. It's been kicking around for 5 years. Lethal Weapon in Space is the way they're describing this. But Jeff Johns is doing the script. Jeff Johns is the guy who completely reinvented Green Lantern roughly 15 years ago and made him extremely relevant. Remember when I had a comic shop back in 2007?
I do
and remember Sinestro War came out and everybody was buzzing about it? That's Jeff Johns. So that's going to be good. Booster Gold is another movie. That one's supposed to be, quote, a buddy cop film that teams him up with the Blue Beetle.
All right, this is where you guys are going to have to go do your research because you may have heard the name. Do you know anything about Buster Gold?
Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Okay? Two heroes you want to look at. The operative phrase, there are two operative phrases here, okay? One is Justice League. You want to see, that's where they first got together. That's where they became forever linked. Second, you want to look for the name Cooey Cooey Cooey. K-O-O-E-Y. Repeat it 3 times. Again, DC Universe app, look up the original books. Once you see what they did, what Booster Gold and Blue Beetle did to Cooey Cooey Cooey, that has to be this movie. Okay? Has to be.
Say that one more time.
Cooey Cooey Cooey.
Cooey Cooey Cooey.
That's going to be the new
Cooey Cooey Cooey.
Cooey Cooey Cooey. Gotham City Sirens has it's not Birds of Prey. Instead of 3 Gotham heroines, 3 Gotham villainesses. Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn. And Robbie is back as Harley Quinn. She's also executive producer, and Paul Dini, the creator of the Gotham City Sirens, is attached as the writer. Will Smith still swears up and down that he's going to be in the new Deadshot movie, although that was as of last September. Nightwing has been on the radar since 2017. I know nothing about that right now. And Joss Whedon is out at the helm of Batgirl for 2017. So that's DC's developmental hack right there.
So I just want to say, I don't like the fact that Joss Whedon is not doing Batgirl, because I thought that was great. And as for Deadshot and Will Smith, first they was going to have Idris Elba. There was rumors that Idris Elba was going to be playing Deadshot, and Idris Elba confirmed that he is not playing Deadshot in the next Suicide Squad movie. So Will Smith may actually be there, but if they work things out, because apparently the reason why Will Smith was not playing Deadshot because of scheduling conflict. So I don't know. They might work around it to where Will Smith might actually come back, but who knows?
I have this horrible idea. Let's see what you think. Okay. Now, we know Avengers Endgame is coming. Okay.
This is coming.
This is the end of Phase 3 of the MCU, and let's give a salute to Robert Downey Jr. The man's back has got to be sore from carrying the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the last 10 years. Okay.
But he takes it like a champ.
Hold on. The original Deadshot in the comic books, okay, was an old Batman villain, believe it or not, and he never missed a shot, okay? He got a race lift for the Suicide Squad. Race lift means started out as one race, was changed to a different race so that other race can have more representation in the films, okay? I have no problem with that, okay? I didn't really have much of a problem with Will Smith as Deadshot, unlike I do with him as the Genie. In Aladdin. Yeah.
They know. They know. They don't want to. But they
I know you know. And you know that I know that you know. And you know that I know that you know that I know that you know.
We know.
He doesn't know. But he thinks he knows. And I know that you know that he thinks he knows. Anyway. Here's an idea.
Confused.
Here's an idea, okay? After Avengers Endgame, odds are Robert Downey's probably going to step away from the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a while, right?
That's my theory.
Okay. Deadshot, if you look up a picture of the character from the comic books, got the mustache.
He does look
just the slick back hair. It's Robert Downey Jr. Imagine Robert Downey Jr. as a paid assassin who cannot miss.
Oh, man. You know, I never thought about that. But yes, he did. He does look just like Robert Downey Jr.
It would be a little bit awesome. Okay, so like I said, Avengers Endgame hitting April 26th. This is kicking off Phase 4, and I'm going to be the first to come online and say it. I'm getting off here. I'm getting off the Marvel Cinematic Universe at this point. Okay?
I can't.
I'm walking away. No more.
No,
okay.
No.
The reason why has not so much to do with Phase 4, but because on these 2 sheets of paper, I know what's coming. I want nothing to do with it. But
I can't, because
we'll go over that in a second.
I cannot walk away just now, because there's 2 that I'm devoted in right now, and that is, of course, the new Spider-Man that they got, and of course Black Panther.
Now, Spider-Man: Far From Home hits on July 5th. Okay, just in time for birthday here at Geekin Out, whatever we're called this week.
Geekin Out.
Okay, so this is the next Marvel movie. This one's going to have Mysterio. Finally.
And he does have the fishbowl hood.
Finally, the comic book villain, based on a Hollywood special effects artist, is finally going to be used in a Hollywood special effects movie. Way to go, Marvel. But, of course, if Mysterio's coming, the Master of Illusion, he's bringing the monsters with him. But for some insane reason, Nick Fury is involved.
Well, now, okay.
Okay, you explain to me, why Nick Fury? Why here?
All right.
And why in London? Okay, doesn't happen in Queens. You know where he knows what he's doing.
So far as I know of, they're on a school trip. For one thing. Second of all, this is supposed to take place, like, I think right after the very first Spider-Man movie of theirs came out. So it's before the snap. It's before any of all that chaos. My prediction is that they're actually coming home from the trip, and that's when he escapes from the school bus to go take care of the issue in Infinity War. So that's my thing. But yeah, Mysterio,
mm-hmm.
He does have the monsters that is coming back, and I think they did this in the comic book. I'm not really for sure, but he plays the good guy at first, and then like betrays them all, or he becomes the bad guy, or something like that. Anyway, that's what the story is. It's supposed to be about. So that's all I know.
I might stick around for that one. Okay, I'll stick around. I'll stick around for Avengers Endgame. I'll stick around for the next Spider-Man because I admit Homecoming and Into the Spider-Verse impressed me. So I'll stick around for Far From Home. The one after that comes out May 2020, and that's Black Widow. Now, early reports coming off the set says that this storyline could involve Peggy Carter turning them. Because she used to be a Soviet spy, and Peggy Carter recruits her to the Western
Which
side.
is all good, but honestly...
Not turning around, no.
It should be
that would be wrong.
They should just do a Peggy Carter movie instead of a Black Widow. That's my opinion. But whatever. I don't know how good this is going to be for a Russian assassin. How dark and comedy they're going to put it, because I mean, you can't necessarily do an origin story with Black Widow and it be like a really dark assassin movie, and then see how she turns out in the Avengers, because it doesn't match. So I don't know how they're going to do this.
Coming up after that, in July of 2020, The Eternals, Jack Kirby's little cosmic creations. Hey, if you thought Captain Marvel was spectacular, wait till you try The Eternals.
Who out there thinks that movie was spectacular? Captain Marvel was not spectacular. If
Jack Kirby, you are the king now and for always. But dude, I don't want to read the Eternals. I don't want to see the Eternals. I don't want to think about the Eternals. Moving on, November 2020, Black Panther 2 is on the schedule. They think, because Marvel, of course, plays everything close to the vest. They're thinking November 2020 is when Black Panther 2 comes out. Here's the question. What do they do with Avengers Endgame? Everybody thinks they're going to bring back T'Challa, okay? The Black Panther, okay? Which would be great, because if they're bringing him back, they can put him back with M'Baku, the big white gorilla guy from the original movie. What if they don't bring T'Challa back? What if this isn't Black Panther 2 like you think it is? What if this one focuses on Shuri, Nakia, and Okoye? The three women in the Black Panther mythos. Say his sister, his general, and his hottie.
Alright,
yeah.
So, no.
I think that would actually be an interesting movie. I would sit down and watch those three. Just to see him mess with him.
I would actually...
Or even just talk smack about him when he's not there.
I would actually like it if, when they do bring everybody back, they bring back Killmonger.
They are actually talking about bringing him back.
They was wanting to actually keep Killmonger and not kill him off, but Michael B. Jordan and them thought that it would be just decent of the character to literally just refuse the help of getting help and die, And he says it at the end about, slavery and all that stuff. So, but, God, he's so damn good in that movie. He was good.
A quick question here. Remember the little flowers that he set torch to during that movie so that Black Panther wouldn't be able to come back from mortal wounds and all this other stuff? Who says he did take off with a few of them? Oh, there he is. Okay, guess what's coming up in May of 2021? Shang-Chi. Okay, Chris, take it away. Shang-Chi. Next Marvel movie, 2021. Who is it? Come on. You know this guy, don't you? Come on. Come on, Shang-Chi. Master of Kung Fu. Son of Fu Manchu. I'm sorry, not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because they'd have to pay somebody else creative rights. The real Mandarin. Remember from Iron Man 2? Yeah, this is supposed to be the real Mandarin with his 10 rings and everything. This is supposed to be his son Shang-Chi fighting against his criminal empire.
Okay, so this could actually be kind of fun.
Did you see the way this face changed as I went along? Because it started out, who? Huh? What? And then I mentioned Fu Manchu. Wait, what? Oh, the real Mandarin. Oh, okay. With the 10 rings and everything? Uh-huh. And then he's going to fight his criminal empire? Yeah. And you just see look at that big old grin.
Well,
right
mostly
there.
Because, I mean, this could actually be good. I mean, I can actually picture this actually happening, and it turned out great. So.
Yeah. Okay. Guess the 4 movies after that, if you can get any of them.
The 4 movies after that.
4 movies. This takes us through May of 2022.
Okay.
You're so
So
smart.
I gotta guess 4 movies. And this is all the Marvel.
July 2021. Yeah. Marvel. What comes after Shang-Chi?
I'm thinking. I want to say a Scarlet Witch movie.
Nope.
A Hulk movie.
Nope. Nope. No.
Wait. Fantastic Four.
No.
Silver Surfer.
No. July 2021. I'll give you a hint. You loved the first one.
I love the first
You
one.
were required by law to love the first one.
I was required by law to love the first one.
Captain Marvel 2 in July of 2021. Yes, they've already got it on the schedule. Coming up November 2021. More sequelicious. Go ahead.
Look. That movie was a joke. I can see why they would make a sequel because, of course,
It made $1 billion. Of course they're going to make a sequel.
Just, you know what? I don't want to talk about Captain Marvel no more.
Okay. Coming up November 2021, Doctor Strange 2. Now, I like Doctor Strange a lot better than most people did, just because I like the trippy special effects and stuff. And I am a Benedict Cumberbatch. We'll say that. Coming up in February of 2022, Ms. Marvel. This is actually not bad. This is Ms. Marvel in the comics today. Captain Marvel used to be known as Ms. Marvel back in the 70s, back in the late 60s actually, when she was first introduced. And that's where one of her first Avengers crossovers involved her getting impregnated by an alien, and the entire male roster of the Avengers being okay with that, even though she was forcibly impregnated. And then she had the kid, and the alien took off with the kid, and the male roster of the Avengers was still just fine, but hey, comics, everybody. Ms. Marvel today is a Muslim teen named, for the life of me, I can't remember, Kamala Khan, I believe her name is. And it looks interesting, but I couldn't tell you anything about it because I couldn't care less, because it's Ms. Marvel.
I mean, I don't know anything about this character, but due to the fact that it's a Muslim teen, I think that has a little bit of oomph to it. And, I mean, why not bring... We do need more superheroes, and we do got them out there. But we do need more superheroes from every, continent, for crying out loud. I mean, why not?
Interesting thing DC's doing right now with...
DC's the only one that is actually doing that
with
stuff.
Doomsday Clock. I'm talking about the comic book side right now. With Doomsday Clock and some of their other limited series going on right now, they've got this idea that they've set up in DC, and this is freaking brilliant. I love this idea. There is a worldwide movement going on that there is a conspiracy involving the United States government creating all these superheroes because all the superheroes in the DC universe are in the United States. So obviously the U.S. government's been creating them, and now there's a superpower gap between the United States and the rest of humanity. They don't like it. So they're pursuing essentially what's called the Superman theory, that every nation in the world has to develop their own superheroes or they will have a super gap. And the United States will just be the only superpower in the entire world because there are so few in the other countries.